Welcome to the couch, everybody. You're watching Transit Reviews. I'm your host, Mark. I shaved my beard, which will please the ones who kept complaining about how I started looking like Joaquin Phoenix. It wasn't intentional, but it was also not intentional to look like a goat. What's going on? I bought a ticket to go to the Montreal Open, which is a big poker competition, and on Monday, I'm going to be in the gambling mood, and I'm kind of right now in the gambling mood. So I decided to base the theme of this episode on gambling. Start off, Tomcats, starring Jerry O'Connell, Shannon Elizabeth, and Jamie Presley. Jerry O'Connell's character, who is a cartoonist, loses everything while at his friend's Vegas wedding at a casino. Because of that, I decided to put this film into today's episode. The rest of the film is very simple. It's a love/comedy about a man who falls in deep for a girl who he hired to marry one of his best friends in order to win a bet. The bet is simple. Last one married wins. What do they win? Simple. Ever since the early 20s, they've been each putting a certain amount of fixed money into a bank account. Over the years, the interest has gone up, and now is worth over $1 million, which is pretty much what he needs to pay off his debt. I know! All you gotta do is get 6 of your friends, start putting money into an account when you guys are still young, and come up with some bet. It doesn't have to be you guys, are last person to get married, but you guys all put money into it, and then down the line, 1 out of 7 people, technically speaking, should be a millionaire. I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 because it's got a very predictable plot, but it's still very good. The actors aren't the best actors in the world, but they've been doing a lot of these movies, so they've got the experience to deliver a pretty good performance. Second movie is Bachelor Party Vegas, starring Kal Penn and Donald Faison. Okay, so it's another movie where there's guys and they go to Vegas because one of them is getting married. And yeah, it's got Jamie Presley in it. So it's kind of similar to the Tomcats. But unlike Tomcats, this film explores the wild and crazy night 5 friends have trying to have one last night together all as single bachelors. Unfortunately, instead, they get chased around by Chuck Iceman Liddell and get framed for a robbery. It's a very average film that I believe went right to DVD, so it doesn't have a huge budget either. So I give it a 6 out of 10, but it's still worth a while. So, Bachelor Party, Vegas. Next up, Lucky You with Eric Bana, Drew Barrymore, and Robert Duvall. This is the tale of a young poker player played by Eric Bana. He was taught by his father, who's played by Robert Duvall. His father is an ex-World Series of Poker champion, but he's also the man who abandoned his mother, so he's very, very, very bitter with him. It revolves around him trying to become a better player than his father, but in the end, love conquers all, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a love story, but it doesn't take up most of the movie. It's never too long until there's some good gambling that takes place. There's an amazing cast of poker player pros, like our own Canadian Daniel Negreanu. I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10, and this is also my pick for the episode. I say you guys definitely should check this out. Lucky You, it's definitely worth your time. The fourth movie for this episode is 21, starring Jim Sturgis, Kate Bosworth, Kevin Spacey, and Lawrence Fishburne, also known as Morpheus. This film is inspired off the true story of the MIT students who made it rich by understanding the game of blackjack. Don't we all wish we could seriously count cards? I know I do. It would make games so much simpler, Is it as impossible to cheat as they make us believe in the movie, now that the new face recognition software exists in casinos? Or is there a way to beat it? And in 10 years from now, there's going to be a movie released about, smart people who cracked the system and made it rich, you know. So really what I want to know is, are you one of those people? And if so, just, message me somewhere and let me in on your little inside plan, because I want some cash. Do I look like I'm kidding? I give this an 8 out of 10. The last film is Casino, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone. Very long movie where De Niro plays a wise guy who's surrounded by guys like Pesci, who surprisingly are also wise guys. Now, Stone, she plays a conniving female who sleeps around to get what she wants, but she's got a destructive past relationship that she can't get, loose from. It's got a great director called Martin Scorsese. You might have heard of him. Goodfellas, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Gangs of New York, The Aviator, The Departed. Do I have to go on? The man's a genius. So don't get me wrong. Yes, it's a lot of the same material as in previous films of this genre. It's like he grabbed the best from all the different movies, put them together, and turned it into his own compilation that he called Casino. I give this movie a good 9 out of 10. Definitely this is a classic. You have to rent it or buy it. It's worth the purchase. So that's it for this episode. Tune in next time. We'll chill some more. Message me. Tell me what you think. Peace.